The
So
study group finds themselves in a approximately oval or round-shaped basement beneath Heimglimmer's house. There is a dead undead, or a dead again dead. There is a bled out, bloody corpse of an Israeli army captain. Um, there is a set of steps leading up to the first level of the house that is locked. There is a deadbolt that has been activated from the other side. There is a small table that one of the legs has been bent, depositing a diminutive Ava and its belongings, the items that were resting atop it, off to the side. There is a broken, shattered pottery jar, a canoptic jar. There are some little statuettes, some figurines, and other items. A locket and some sort of a piece cut from a manila folder, if you will, that looks like a string is attached to it.
yeah,
What is
Ava
it that
wanted
you
to
would
go
like to
check
do?
those out.
Okay, let me think a minute. See if we can come to an agreement. You had an hour of dark sight.
Yeah, we reset it when we put it on Ahuva just
You
before
Yeah.
she
absolutely
went
did.
down.
You absolutely did. Did you
So
did you recast it upon yourselves, or did you only use enough of the gold flaking to try to use it sparingly and only add it to Ahuva?
We
no.
did it to all of us because she wanted to see
Mhm.
Okay.
before
Yeah.
she accepted it.
Yeah, we did it. We did it all in solidarity.
Okay. So you cast it upon the three of you in the backyard of Lisa Gray, the Pinebox Attorney and single mom of two small children. Then you came into Frank Manz's house and you explored
Hmm.
his house and met Ahuva, at which time you cast it again to at least give her dark vision, the dark
Yeah.
sight, as you will. At that
It,
point, did you refresh everybody's dark sight?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
She wouldn't let us do it unless we proved ourselves.
Yeah, she was still a little bit like uh weirded out by
There's no
us.
such thing as magic.
Yeah, until she saw her uncle, and then we were like, well, look, we have this thing that lets us see in the dark. This is why we don't have a flashlight.
Uncle
And Ava's
Yosef.
like, look, I'll let him do it on us, and then you can see it for yourself.
Uncle Yosef.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Real.
With that little bit of just little bit of mental paperwork taken care of, we'll
Mm-hmm.
just go in no particular order, and you can do what you would like to do.
I would like to try to at least patch up Sophia.
Do you have the healing skill?
Yes, and I believe I have a healing kit as well.
Sophia, do you have the
Yeah,
healing?
they,
You have the healing skill, do you not?
I don't have the skill, I just have the first aid kit.
Okay.
Yes, I do have a first aid kit in my backpack.
yeah, you guys do. I don't.
I think it's going to take a solid 10 minutes.
Okay,
So if you want to invest those 10 minutes, you can start now.
I will do that because we want to minimize that scarring. Otherwise, you know, Erica will beat me upside the head.
She might do that anyway.
Something about swimsuit season or something.
Yeah, yeah. You know that she enjoyed the swimsuit season. She was over at the building with the pool on campus. Also has an outdoor pool, which is very popular in the warm weather.
Mhm.
Um, Ava, what would you like to do?
I want to check out the corner over here where the urn shattered that had the locket and the tag.
The tag is a toe tag. It says property of Pinebox
Is it like a
Pinebox
coronary?
Morgue. Yeah, property of Pinebox Morgue, stamped on it in like a courier font. And the bottom it says Lanthrop, comma, John.
Oh dear. This seems like it came from, like, someplace official that it should not have come down here. What about the locket?
You open the locket, it has like a small carved cameo in it.
Mm. Hmm.
It looks like it's not the true type of stone that a cameo would be carved from. It's probably a real cheap dime store knockoff.
Mm. There's no engravings on it to show that it may have belonged to somebody or him.
There are the initials WK on the back.
WK. Ah. Trying to skim through my notes. I don't think we
I don't think we've met someone yet with those initials.
trying to
Is
see.
what
But I
was
can
the name
remember.
of the coroner whose pen we found?
Oh yeah, we do have a pen
Erwin
from the one.
Erwin Revinowitz.
Okay, so that's not a WK.
I don't know who this could be, but it's probably worth taking with us. Gosh. I will grab the locket, and let's see. There's nothing else that stood out from within the urn when it shattered?
No. Looked like it didn't really contain very much at all. The statues represent various Egyptian gods. The center, the largest, perhaps the most ornate, is Osiris, Lord of the Underworld. And actually, the tag reads Golan County Morgue, John Lanthrop. So it was Golan County Morgue, not Pinebox Morgue. Makes sense.
Oh, I'll go to the others and show them the locket and tell them maybe this is part of one of the the things that's keeping those poor souls back at Miss Gray's house. Uh oh, and Aova had a book or something on her, didn't she? That she was going to give to us.
She
She had
did.
picked up. Should probably look at that too. That's
She did.
probably worth. Oh, she did give it to us.
No, she had it.
Oh no, she didn't. Okay.
You have a diary,
Yeah.
which you found in a little secret compartment behind the paneling of a bookshelf. You also
Mhm.
have a book that has sort of like old yellow cellophane tape holding the binding together, and it looked like it contained information like some rituals and some hieroglyphics and some writing in German. That was the book that I likened to Indiana Jones' father's journal or diary. A map on one page, a question written on another page with an arrow drawn to the map, you know, treasure, rituals, a poem perhaps, just notes jotted down. Some of the stuff did appear to be fairly ritualistic in nature. By that I mean step-by-step recipe for casting, perhaps what looks like could be components. It's hard to say because it's written in German, but it certainly, in a stylized manner, appears to follow the format that you are familiar
Yeah.
with.
Okay. Um. We'll take the little diary or the little book that she had pulled from, and here, let me go around. Come back to my friends.
She has a Sig Sauer, which I believe is in Sophia's possession. She has 50 rounds of ammunition. Also, you find a cell phone and a PDA and a small camera, in addition to the book.
just in case she took pictures of us, grab that camera.
Okay. Well, we have to get out of here. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe after everything has calmed down, is it open? Have you tried opening it?
I've been trying to fix Sophia.
You're about
Oh no!
you're about 2
Hurts.
minutes. You're about 2 minutes into your 10-minute application of salve or salve. Probably a little tube of that glue that will hold a wound closed until it can be stitched, to seal it up
Let's,
and to keep it from from bleeding.
let's see. Erica
Antiseptic.
taught us
Yes,
how to do
Lord.
this. So we wrap it around like this. We put that in. We push this in carefully.
Push it in.
And when you're done, you think that this gauze would go around and around and around her torso
Right.
3 times, and it would, keep
So
everything else, keep all that those square gauze pads in place, and probably stave off infection.
Okay. I'll take the little book off of Alva, and I'll take the camera that Shep wanted to look at.
Okay.
I would say the camera and the PDA.
Okay. PDA, cell phone.
I'll pass over the PDA and the camera to Shep, and I'll scooch around them from the bottom of the stairs and go up and see if the door is openable.
It is locked.
Oh. Oh, it's still locked, guys. Can I see if there's like any kind of cracks along the door, or is it entirely sealed?
This is a solid iron-bound door. It looks like this was made to be extremely secure, along with the frame that is inset. Very, very solid, very thick, rugged.
Okay. The door's locked, guys.
Well,
I could try picking the lock. It worked once. Or
You can't do that while you're being attended to. You would have to wait, or you would have to tell Shep to stop.
oh, I'm not telling Chef to stop. No.
Let him help you. You're not doing so well. And I think while they're doing that, I'm going to, I guess, inspect the room and its hieroglyphics closely and see if there's a match with the book that I have that I found in the library that I haven't opened yet.
Who
So I
has
guess
her cell phone?
Oh, I didn't take her cell phone. It's still on her person.
Okay.
I think Shep might want you to pick up just all the items that are on her, unless there's something specifically you want to leave on her.
I don't know if there's anything else on her.
Cell phone,
Everything else,
cell
I'll just
phone,
pass
PDA
over to
camera,
Shep then. I'll just
ammunition.
pass it all over to Shep then.
Okay. Shep's busy, but you can stick stuff into your pockets or backpack.
Yeah, so
He
I'll
doesn't
put
have
that
he
aside.
doesn't have a free hand.
Yeah,
I
poor
do.
Nat. His hands are also really scalding. Poor thing. But yeah, I'll take the time that he's doing to help Sophia to investigate and see what I can correlate with this book that I have that has the hieroglyphic stuff on it, and maybe there's a way to lift up whatever booby trap has trapped us in here.
Mm-hmm. Shep, make a spirit roll.
Sure.
Shep.
me.
Oh shit.
No, the other Shep.
Oh, what?
Shep, spirit roll.
6.
That really is kind of awesome. That is kind of awesome. Let's see.
All the good rolls are coming in now.
Yeah. It's a good time for it. Your Tante is floating next to you. She's up in the open air next to the staircase. She gets your attention. Mon petit chou, you must leave. Do not wait. You must leave now. Others are coming.
The door is locked
Mm,
with a deadbolt from the outside. We're not sure how else to get out.
You must leave now.
mm.
This room was guarded by magic. What's the Dungeons and Dragons spell? It's probably from an older version where like
Alarm.
it's similar to that, but like if you open up a book, it explodes. Is it like the rune, a guarding rune or something?
Is it
Yeah.
like a glyph?
A glyph, a glyph.
Oh boy. Man.
Okay. Tante says we need to go now. People are coming. And
A
they're
couple
not
bennies fall from heaven, landing in each of
good.
in your little trough.
Uh,
You s-
so
you set off a ward. Looks like she's fighting to stay, but she loses her form and vanishes in a wisp of shimmering smoke.
so
Dear. Well, that's if we've got a problem then, but if this place is guarded by a ward, maybe we can forcibly open the door, and make our way out. Says the
Okay.
noodle armed tiny person.
Let me pull out my jackhammer. Oh darn, that's in my other back.
He's like, huh?
Well, we
Sophia,
do
you
have
don't got anything in your pocket?
Let's lock this door.
we do
Are
have
we barred in?
crowbars.
Is there a
Fire irons
key?
and stuff.
Yeah. Um, I mean, that's why I was wondering if there were any cracks, but we are sealed in pretty tight. I
Pretty
don't
good.
think that there's any way we can
When that door shut, it
slide
looks
in.
like it goes into like the jamb of the lintel around the door. It is very secure. Is it possible to
Yeah.
break it open? I mean, it's possible, but improbable. You think that maybe focusing on opening the lock would be probably a better idea than to try to summon all the strength you can in your noodle arms and trying to force it open.
True. Well, maybe when Shep is done with Sophia, we can give it a try.
She says we need to go now.
With what
Now,
Chef has done so far, would that have helped at least one of the wounds?
Roll your hero roll, Shep. I would like you to make a
Okay.
success with a raise.
if I assist in aiding Shep to help Sophia, would it be a little better?
How would you like to assist?
Let's see.
Watch out for that little bit of intestine there, Shep. Oh, that's not.
Hold me down, Ava.
That's
This
not
might
your.
be painful.
That's not your finger. That's one of her ribs. Oh.
Oh, no.
No.
What would you like to do to help?
Well, let's see. He's got salves and stuff. I could direct him as a chemistry major what would be more efficient and better to use so that she could be less in pain, and how to properly
Okay.
probably roll stuff.
That
If that
sounds like a
works.
science roll.
Yeah. Let's do science.
Even with your own wound, a 5 is a success, which will give Shep a +1 to his healing roll. You must
Let's
succeed with
negate
a
that -1.
you must succeed with a raise on your healing roll.
You can do it, Chef. Remember operation? Just like that.
A
I'm
5
going to
plus
use a
1
bending.
is a 6.
Very nice. Oh no.
I put my +1 in, but I will try one more Denny.
8 is your target number. 7, really, because you get a +1.
There we go.
Oh! Oh!
Lots of
Thank you.
green dice skitter across the virtual tabletop. A 15 plus 1 is a 16, which is a success with 3 raises. I was just going to take one of Sophie's wounds and turn it into fatigue, but instead, with that roll, I'm going to take one of her wounds away.
Erica taught us well.
Now let me at that lock.
Yes, please give it a try.
Yeah.
Click, 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 click.
I believe in you, friend. Moral support. Moral support.
A 4 is not going to open the door. What are you using for a lockpick, incidentally?
Well, I still have that piece of metal I found outside the water tower.
You do?
Back pocket.
You do? You also have a Phillips head screwdriver. You still have some of the pieces that were used to
Screwdriver, yes.
form a eyeglass repair kit, which would probably be tweezers and 2 small, tiny screwdrivers. One a flat tip, one a
I need to start putting all
Phillips
this in my
head.
inventory. All the little things I find.
You
Type
think
it
that
all in.
you think actually getting some lock picks or similar small tools at some point might probably be a good idea. But you can certainly continue to try to open this door.
I
Come
will.
on, Sophia.
I never thought I'd be doing this so regularly. I didn't think I needed actual tools.
There's no if that, oh dear. Oh.
Wow, you forgot your blowtorch, but you ended up not needing it. A 14. You've probably took a moment to really study and try to imagine what the inner workings of this deadbolt lock may be. And with a success, a 4, you would need a 6. So a 10 would be a raise. And a 14, a success with 2 raises. You managed to figure out how to deactivate the deadbolt, much like if you were on the other side, simply turning the dial to click undo it. You do the same thing, but from your side.
Good job.
Okay,
Good job.
let's go. Let's go.
Probably had to unscrew like a little plate that it probably revealed a little bit of the inner workings of it, just enough that you were able to push that door open, leading to Heimglimmer, his dining room. You see the china cabinet that had been emptied and moved to the side.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. And you said I was the only one that used magic. Come on, move, move.
Looked like magic to you, Chef. It looks like she traced her finger. She definitely traced her finger around the lock just so, and then apply just the tiniest bit of pressure at the right moment, in the right direction, on the right point. Darn if that thing didn't just slide right open. Maybe she's been holding out on you. Maybe she's a ritualist.
I think she's probably like part gnome or halfling or something.
Could be.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. We have everything. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna skedaddle. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Yep, right up the stairs.
Shep,
Have
make
a
me
nice
a
day.
Shep, make me a spirit roll.
Well,
Okay.
Oh,
You, for just a moment, the world fades from around you. You are quite in another place. You are having one of those funky premonitions as you are hit with a somewhat nauseating amount of dizziness. You are in a small 20 by 20 room. There are shelves along two of the walls. You have come through a doorway. There is a poster on a wall that looks like it is a map of Pinebox and the vicinity around Pinebox. And there are pieces of colored yarn held in place by thumbtacks, drawing lines that crisscross at odd angles as these pieces of yarn had been tacked into place. You recognize the East Texas University campus. It looks similar yet different from how you know it to be. On some of those shelves, I will say you see what you think are ritual components and a few books. I say the ritual components because you see a jar that looks like it has human teeth in it.
ew.
You see some smooth stones in a jar and some sand. You see a sealed stoppered vial, which you think might have blood in it. It certainly looks red and viscous. However, let's ignore for the moment the poster of the town of Pinebox. Let's ignore for the moment the trove of ritual components and perhaps papers that have rituals. Let's ignore the fact that there's a door behind you that you and your two companions have stepped through. You, in your mind's eye, see a girl dressed in clothing that you think from dates from about 20 years ago, perhaps 30 years ago. Something you might see on like a black and white television show. Leave It to Beaver or something like that. This girl is on her knees with her hands resting upon her thighs. She's wearing um, like not a poodle skirt, but something similar to a poodle skirt and a sweater, and her hair is done up in a bouffant. And you envision yourself moving forward and wiping away some of the pentagram that is holding her. And she gets up and she collapses into your arms, relieved to be free of whatever spell had kept her in that pentagram. And she plants just a small kiss on your cheek, and then the other two of you, Shep, you see Ava and Sophia offer this woman a supporting arm to help to keep her from falling over. And it looks like she is saying, "Thank you. It's been so long." She looks to be about 2 years older than you. And it looks like she's saying, "They trapped me here for so long." And then it vanishes, and you're back. And you think that maybe 6 or 12 seconds have elapsed as you were at the top of the steps, steadying yourself on the railing that's down the wall side of the staircase. But you're back.
Oh, Shep, are you okay? What happened?
Yeah, I'll tell you later. We rescue a poodle skirt girl. She gave me a kiss, and you guys held her
Say
up, and then
what?
she disappeared.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
talk about it once we're out of here.
Yes. Okay. Let's go. Go around the back again, I
Shep,
guess.
Yes.
I would like a smarts roll or a notice roll, whichever is higher on your
From us?
particular sheet.
Poor Ava. She's like, oh,
This is
oh my
taking no
gosh.
time. Very well. Very well.
Oh,
Hmm. Pretty sure I have this image. I'm sharing an image.
okay. Wait.
This is mostly for Shep's benefit, but I think you all would benefit from this knowledge.
Protectors.
Protectors.
I remember this.
You all received this
Yes.
picture in a manila envelope with the
Mhm.
message, keep it secret, keep it safe. It is sort of a sepia or black and white photo of some students during a happy time. Someone has, with like a yellow pen or a marker that stands out from the black and white picture, have written some names in. Shep, you swear this girl that you saw was Judith Fowler.
Oh.
And okay, so that was Judith Fowler. I'm trying to remember. We know who some of the others are, correct?
That's correct. These were a secret society of young students with similar interests as yours in the, I won't call them the dark arts, but I will call them the paranormal, rituals, battling strange cryptic or cryptids, you know,
Yeah.
things that exist that science can't explain, like, oh, I don't know, like a chupacabra,
Uh,
or like,
so they were cultural appropriationists.
Like a revenant.
like a, some undead certainly, but I'm talking about more of the things that are more animal like Hogzilla, the giant
Oh my
wild
gosh.
boar in the
Yes.
big thicket that's as big as a Winnebago.
Yeah.
Like a giant insect, like say the spider from Harry Potter, that talks. That sort of just weird, right on the border between fantasy and science.
Cryptids. Yeah.
Nina
Hmm.
Castle, you definitely had recognized. She was the ghost in the roost,
Yeah.
the one that burned somebody's arm and gave them a weird sigil that let them detect runes for a short period of time until the burn healed. So Judith Fowler, in brief, is the one that you recognize from your vision.
Here.
You are in Heimglimmer's dining room. Where would you like to go? Your choices are anywhere in the house that you'd like. You could attempt to get his Volkswagen started and drive away. You could escape to Lisa Gray's house.
I vote Lisa Gray's house through the backyard again.
You have
I
put
also
a
think
dirt bike
yes.
or a motorcycle, a street motorcycle, and a Vespa in her garage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our stuff is over there, so we'll go back that way, and we could check in and see if anything weird happened while we were gone, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And
So
that's where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
We are
What stuff
staying
did you
over
leave?
after all.
What stuff did you leave at her house? I'd imagine you took everything with you.
Our car or our
Okay,
vehicles.
your two
Yeah,
bikes,
that's
your Vespa
all I
and your
Yeah.
motorcycle. Gotcha. That tracks.
Uh-huh. But if I mean, we did say we were going to sleep over, I guess. So we might
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well use that. That could be good.
Okay.
Alrighty. It'd be good to check in anyway to see if anything's changed. Because I mean, we did just get rid of a creepy undead. So let's have a look. Go back out the back door.
Yeah.
Do you think that we should maybe actually call somebody and say that
thinking maybe an
we
ambulance
found an
Uh,
ambulance?
to get her body instead of just like leaving her in the basement.
maybe we should, once we get someplace safe,
We can use her phone.
use her phone and
Yeah.
try to call her superiors.
Should we call and gosh, her superiors? Me, I don't know.
I mean,
I'm afraid of well, we took her stuff. That's not a good way to
well, it's better
We can
than
have it
letting
back.
somebody else find it and,
yeah, I guess so. Either way, I do think that we should probably call somebody because the poor lady, she was just in there checking out some stuff because she really felt like she needed to. And then this happened. I feel so bad.
You
Back
peek.
in the
You peek
house.
in, and you see Lisa Gray and a small Marissa tossing. The little girl is tossing and turning in a restless sleep. You peek in on Matthew. He is sound asleep under his various like Star Wars blanket and his Thing and Fantastic Four sheets.
Yeah. Oh boy.
There is a Squirrel Girl comic book on the corner of his bed.
You can keep that one.
The place still smells deliciously of hamburgers and French
Ooh,
fries.
burgers. Well, let's stick around and see, just in case. I would hate to leave them here and they still have a problem. We can maybe sleep on the couch for a little while and see if anything's changed. What do you guys think?
Just I guess rest for a bit and
Yeah, I should probably also deal with my own problem, as I am also wounded. Maybe I'll go into the bathroom and see if they have anything like stronger than the salves in a first aid kit.
I would think Lisa would not have anything more than a drugstore medicine kit, mostly for scrapes and like band-aids to put on scratches, and maybe some calamine lotion for children that may have played outside and perhaps touched one of the very prevalent poisonous plants in this area. And by that I mean the
Yeah.
ones that irritate the skin, your sumacs and your poison ivies.
Yeah.
Right. Is this Erica's night to work at the hospital or not?
You want to call Erica over?
It's hard to say.
I'm just
Yep,
trying
yep.
to remember.
Haven't seen her in a while. She does work a
Busy
schedule,
schedule.
but
Is it?
it's
Like I remember that we left. I think it was around 7 or 8 o'clock ish.
yeah. She was still at the pool,
Oh boy.
right? Because she
Hmm.
texted you and
She
said,
did.
"Ava, there's some real hunks here. You know, come out.
She
Don't
did.
waste any time.
She was
Get out
like,
here."
"Ooh, look look at all the cute boys at the pool. I'm just
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah. And when you showed
No.
that to Shep, he went, "Oh, so the pizza delivery boy is at the pool, huh?"
Man, don't want anything
Poor
from
Horace
there.
Greenbaum. He's such a nice guy. Not much to look at, but he's a good guy. Hard worker. Honest.
Right.
Takes his job seriously.
Let's see. Well, I
One
mean, yeah, I'll fix up. I'll try and fix up my own wound since we're here now in
Okay.
safety.
The golden hour has not yet elapsed, so you can make a healing roll with support if you wish to
Oh,
try to.
I don't have healing. Bummer.
Oh, well then
May
somebody
I
with
ask?
healing.
I will ask my dear friends for assistance.
Shep,
Shep, it hurts. Please help me.
Shep, well, it will help.
They ruined your jacket. I have a huge gash in it now. I'm gonna have to sew it.
Well, that just makes it more homey.
Sophia, I'd like you to make a notice roll, please.
Who? Me?
Sophia.
Oh.
oh me. Lord.
Oh, you don't have to. I won't make you.
I would like to though.
Hey, you made it.
That is amazing. With a wound and ADHD, you still notice that from out front, a car drives by the front of the house.
Oh God.
What
The
strikes
same
you as
car?
being odd is a car drives by and you can hear the crunch of the gravel on and the asphalt underneath its wheels, but you do not see the telltale headlights that you would expect to briefly illuminate like the front windows of Lisa Gray's dining room, her entrance foyer. This strikes you as being very odd as you um, walk towards the counter to pick up a few cold French fries to nosh on. Shep, let's do a
God.
healing roll.
Man.
And there aren't many street lights.
This.
Will that work?
Wow. So delicate.
Does
Well,
more,
cool. I am
does
working
more
on
than work.
to heal you.
Perhaps you should consider double majoring. You can always use another good pre-med. Certainly.
Boy.
Just a D4.
That's amazing. I am showing off his skills.
He was only supposed to assist Erica occasionally.
Pick
Gosh.
up some
I was
stuff.
going to do the same thing. I was going to move a wound over to fatigue. But you know, you managed to get healed up.
You did a great job.
You are no longer suffering from a wound. You are healed.
Thank you so much. Feels so much better. I didn't know you were so good at this. Oh boy.
You're welcome.
Where'd Sophia go?
I come back from looking out the window and I let them know that there's the car just drove past. It's a little suspicious. No headlights.
It was a blue Monte Carlo, a modern model, not more than a few years old. You recall seeing this car during the day drive by. It belongs to Hector Martin, a Pinebox police officer. He is also the one that he looks a little like Eric Estrada.
Yeah.
Oh,
That. That guy from earlier. He was with the social worker lady.
Oh,
At that time, he was driving a police cruiser. But the second time he came through, Lisa recognized the car and said
Chad?
it was that nice Detective Martin.
Is that possibly who we were being warned about? That doesn't make sense.
Well, why
Well-
else would he be driving without any light zone?
You think that he's in on it?
Well, a Benny drops out of the air and lands in Sophia's.
I think
Benny's from heaven, right?
Benny's from heaven.
I don't know how, but I feel confident in this line of thought.
Oh gosh.
Can
So
I peek
I-
out the window? And
I think we should call the cops then.
but he is the cop.
You think we should call the
Hence,
like?
I don't think we should call him.
I mean, not him, but maybe like actual cops. Or should we call in as an anonymous tipper and tell them that we saw some activity in the house next door?
Yes. Use a
Sophia,
Hoover
the door opens and
Oh.
a man climbs out from behind the steering wheel. You realize he's probably disabled his interior dome light, as no light is emitted from the vehicle's door opening up. He gets out. He strides up to the front door.
Of Lisa Gray's house?
No. Of the
Yeah.
man's house.
Oh.
You know that front door is cordoned off with the bright yellow police tape
Mhm.
and the black lettering. And also a letter has been taped to the door, warning of the penalty for entry, that it's scene of an ongoing investigation.
Oh no. We should call somebody. Or do you want to confront him?
No.
I'm perfectly fine to do things.
Shep wants to look through the telephone. Hoover's telephone. What's
Okay.
listed in her address book? Her phone listing.
What do you propose to use for the 4-digit PIN?
Oh.
Ooh, her phone
Would
is
my-
locked.
Would my thievery work on this?
That's more of a hacking roll.
Darn.
Oh, maybe let's see. Do I have anything?
Electronics work.
I have computer programming. I don't know if that would be helpful to figure out anything.
It'll take a hacking roll, untrained -2, unless you have the edge that lets you simulate another skill, in which case you
Yes.
could simulate the hacking skill.
I could do that as a jack of all trades. Yeah. Smarts roll as an action after observing or studying an object. Gains a D4 in the relevant skill with success or a D6 with a raise. So I can do that.
How long does that take?
So it doesn't tell me how long it takes.
Okay.
There's a little he can't figure out given a little time and a dash of luck.
Could that be
says
bad
I
luck,
can
or does it
try
have to be good luck?
again. We'll find out, I guess. It just says that I can try again after an hour. So if I fail, I can't do it again for another hour.
Go ahead and make the roll. You're trying to
Smart.
acquire the hacking skill.
Yeah, let's see.
On a raise,
So
you'll
if
get
I
it at a
get-
D6.
Yeah, let's see.
Why, sure.
99.
Why, sure. You can do this. It's child's play.
So it's a.
I mean, after all,
it's
you're the
a
one that cracked Mir's Wi-Fi password on his printer.
Okay, so is that a D6 or
Indeed, it
a
is a
4?
D6.
Okay. All right. I'll give it a go. Let's see how this goes. Yay! A raise.
Shep, I'd like you to make a healing roll.
Healing?
Yeah. I was going to give you a +1 on this. So what happens is, you remember the burns that your friends had on their hands when they were scaling that supple bit of climbing rope to get up on the water tower? How you attended to them to help the burns on their hands? You do the same to yourself, and that one hand that was holding your mother of pearl disc that was scalded momentarily and causing you some pain and distraction, you've managed to eliminate that level of fatigue. I will take it away. You are
Nice
not
job.
fatigued anymore. Abe, it occurs to you. I'll write the letters down.
Yeah. Fidgeting with a phone.
Those letters on the keypad tend to be more smudged than the others.
AHNO.
Sounds like that should be your party cheer. Ah, no.
I know. Ah, no. That sounds like something Ava says every session. Like, let's see. I will unlock the phone, but I want to see what is on her address book. Maybe
Your hacking
some...
roll provided you with the information that would probably be her 4-digit PIN or 4-letter PIN or passphrase to get into the phone.
I'll definitely try it.
You type in AHNO. Failure 1 of 3.
Well, Noah.
Yeah, let's do the name Noah.
A Benny flutters from the heavens and falls into Sophia's bin. NOAH. PIN accepted.
All your babies.
Pulls up a picture of a Doberman Pinscher sitting
Aw.
with its legs crossed.
Oh.
She had a doggo. That's even worse.
Yeah, there are some numbers in the memory address
Okay.
book.
Any numbers that we recognize or that are under the name of like this Hector guy or
I think you want to call Hector.
no, but like but we can find out if she was at all, in cahoots.
You recognize whoever gave her their phone number so that she could text you a link to that document that you downloaded off the internet. It was like an SFTP server that gave you some information about Heimglimmer and Bergen-Valgen, the prison camp. There are 4 other numbers. None of them look like local numbers. They don't have the 2 or 3 area codes that you would associate with this